Greetings, mortals, and welcome back to the blindness of eternity. When last we left off, we were looking for the killer of a small child, and we still haven't found his father either, who is also missing. So, with any luck, we'll have some idea. I think the father went off with that woman. I think that's who that guy was talking about. So the father ran off with some woman, and the son is dead, and we still have to see if we can track down the person who killed the kid. Now there should be probably one of the prostitutes in here.
No problem.
Knows what happened to the kid. You know, it occurs to me that we talked to Maya here. We did not talk to
How do you do?
her. What'll it be? Okay, go 3. Every foreign sailor and visiting villager knows about the Salty Mist. It's the most famous brothel in Defiance Bay. If you want to know more, just ask Maya. So... His eyes are filled with shame and self-loathing. What do you want from me? Oh, so that was someone else we were looking for. Your son is dead. Darren was defending one of the women here from a couple of thugs. My boy died while I was here? Autumn, my wife, she always said I'd come to no good, but I never thought... Number 2. What's the use? It's over. Our son is dead. She'll never have me back. This is where I belong. Okay. He says I was here for a man.
Feels like I've been tossed around in
I
a
love it.
snowstorm.
Roll bills and receipts shows amount paid to my staff as well as our expenses for ale, fish, and new linens. Okay, so we still are looking... I guess I'll save, and I'll check.
Good day,
her.
stranger.
Taking the ringleader prisoner, the thugs won't be bothering you anymore. It's good enough for me. Take some coppers, enjoy yourself, and if you choose to have your fun here, enjoy my special discount. Someone's giving you the talk, right? Because Kyler's the one who handles it with our children. If no one's ever explained it to you... Yes, I'm aware that this is a brothel. I know what that means. Don't worry, Sagani, I've got it covered. Major adventure added. This expires in 3 days. So, Aloth is assigned to this adventure. It'll finish on turn 18. So we've gained some reputation with Defiance Bay. I like the song. Okay, so I'm just gonna talk to all the... Every day the club gets such a fresh breath. A brush of breath. Native to Deerwood and an expert in the subtle arts. If a practice skill and finesse is what you seek, then look no further. Oh,
Well
that's a
met,
male one.
friend.
Blah blah blah. Came to Defiance Bay from the frozen lands of the southern end of the world. Few of my people venture this far north, but none of them know how to warm a cold night like we do. Ah.
Good day to you.
You've never experienced anything like this before, trust me. What do you mean? Why, I could climb a tall thing like you all night. Ha!
Yeah.
Dwarves. Climb.
Got it.
So, older drunkard, Gajefa.
Welcome.
Okay, we don't need to talk to her. Patrons of the courtesans work up a fierce appetite, if you know what I mean. Keeps me busy. Did I talk to Gajefa
Hail
here?
and well met.
Yes, I did. She moves, apparently. We already talked to Orko as well.
Hmm.
Interesting. So... maybe it wasn't one of the people in here. Okay, I'm gonna talk to this... Let's see. Sorel here is for one of these quests. Let's find out which quest is Sorel for. So at all costs, Goose and Fox, Final Act. Met a young Glodfather named... Ah, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna talk to her. We will actually pay to see her. You'll find her quarters upstairs. Don't mind the burly fellows at the door, they're just there to make sure everyone has a good time. All 6 of us, even the dog. The fox. It's not a dog, it's a fox. One of these days I'm going to remember what species that animal companion is. Give me a second. Yeah, I forgot to set my alarm. So we'll start it now.
Greetings.
Powder almost hides the circles under her eyes, and rouge dusts her 2 prominent cheekbones. Despite it all, Sorel is beautiful. She favors you with a smile she must have practiced and perfected. Hello, stranger. Let me make you more comfortable. Okay, I'm gonna go number 1. Just tell me what you like. It's extra if you want to bring someone else in, though. I'm gonna go number 1. So do I. I offered him half the money, and he refused it. I'm sure he told you all about his broken clan. Did he also tell you that I got him where he is today? I really am sorry for him, but I'll bet you anything he lives better now than he did in Air Glenfoth. I've worked a long time for a way out, and I'm not giving it up just because Thristwind suddenly got nostalgic. I'll buy it from you. Let's see. It's worth 6,000 pounds. If you've got that kind of coin, I'll gladly help you spend it. It's a lot of money. I think I'm gonna do it. Um, 6,000 copper is a lot of money, but it's actually not as much as you might expect. The advantage of doing this would be that she would basically gain. The guy said that he had a clan of about 40 people. And the clan is presumably, like, they're fighters, right? Because they're meant to defend the ruins. So, having those 40 people on her side is probably worth 6,000 copper. 6,000 copper is worth what, like 600 gold or something like that? If I compare it to, say, like repairing the stuff in my building, I could buy one magic item, for instance, for 6,000 pots. And 40 men seems like they're not directly mine by any stretch of the imagination, but it creates an allegiance with those men. I'd say that that's probably a good deal. It seems really expensive on its face until you realize the utility that you gain out of having that kind of an allegiance. So I'm gonna pay for it. Cyril goggles the bag of coins in your hand. She looks back at you for just a second before reaching into her bodice. She holds a carved Adra medallion by a cord and gives it to you. I could be in a cottage in Brackenbury tomorrow. I'm not going to tell you your business, but if you do mean to give that to Thristwin, it would mean a lot to me. I hope he finds everything he's looking for back home. Please take this. It's always given me an edge with people around here, but I'm done with that part of my life. Yeah, well, farewell. So Sorel's ring plus 2 resolve. Ouch. Okay. So that gives her just plus 1 defense, which isn't too bad.
Eh?
So let's save this. So we gain some experience, and we are hopefully going to get a... how much money do we have? Yeah, we have 12,000. So we're not hard up for cash. We just used a third of our cash on that, which is more than slightly painful. But I think it's going to be worth it in the end. There's always an angle with Aldrea. She's always trying to secure more, what's the word? To secure more popular support and improve her own position. One of the best ways to improve your position is just to make it so that everyone loves you, so to speak. And that's useful. So let's see here. I'm gonna save this. So okay, theorems of Pangrim. Nadine. So we're looking for a person named Oli. Okay. Okay, so B, huh? I think we're gonna check the lighthouse. Oh, here's someone named Mia.
Greetings.
Let's pop in here, see what's going on.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very. That's settled.
Okay, we can take that.
Way
What the
sail
hell?
may to-
Oh god, that's bad. We are all gonna die.
stand.
Okay, so I was hoping that it would just be like one banshee that would maybe even have a quest for me. Turns out it's going to involve a gigantic swarm of enemies. So we'll have to come back to that when we're in slightly better condition. Oops. Oh, the reason they were moving so slowly is because I didn't have the speed. So here's a guy named Bragan and a bunch of thugs. There aren't that many of them though, so we might be able to take him. I got as much right to stand here as the guys that go into that whorehouse. They don't like what I got to say, they can go somewhere else. I'm gonna go with number 2. That's mine, alright? No one touches my dagger and lives. I'm gonna go with number 2.
Way sail may to.
So this is a mage, it looks like. Gonna go ahead and try and... Well, I'm just gonna wait. There we go. So we're gonna knock these guys down. Is that a gun? I think this thug has a gun, actually, so we're gonna go after him.
Hmm?
Okay, so there's one down. There's 2 down. Bragan is still prone. Gonna pop this, and then I'm gonna pop this again. So. Shit. I didn't get the thing off quickly enough. The knockdown. And the guy got his spell off on Durance. So sad. Because yeah, Durance only has 37 hit points, so...
Alright
Eat 'em up.
then.
Leave the pig alone.
What we're going to do is we're just going to position ourselves correctly
Point the way.
for basically
Eh?
just instigating
Sure.
these guys.
On your word.
What's up, buddy?
Aye.
Okay. And now we will... Actually, should I do that? No, I shouldn't.
Yeah.
Why would we focus on this guy when we could focus on the mage?
Eh? No problem. Ready, Watcher.
Gonna have the dog pop over here.
Point the way.
What?
Okay, let's save this. We will take out the mage immediately. Gonna go 2.
Wayface Selmes Metu.
Gonna knock this person over. And then I can get them try and get out of here. Okay, so first one is down. I only have 12 hit points left. Okay. Another one bites the dust.
Hmm? Eh?
Following your lead.
Eh?
What the hell just happened? He activated escape.
I'm here.
Hmm?
Okay, so he's down. I'm actually gonna send him over here.
Ah, got him.
Trey is really doing a lot of damage. Yikes. Okay.
Eh?
Some fermented caribou milk would hit this spot right now.
Waterlogged Grimoire. Let's give that to her, I guess. And we have killed off the killer of the kid. The child killer. Or the kid killer. Depending on how alliterative you plan to be. I don't think that I've actually been in this house. Like we can steal stuff if we really want to. That is stiff as a plank. Their worn, grimy blankets feel as if they've come apart in the wash. Which is why you don't wash them. You just leave them filthy. Okay, so let's see. Complex house. So let's go talk to Ada. And looks like we're pretty much done here for now. We have one more group of enemies that needs to be butchered, but I'm not going to be able to kill them yet. I need to go heal and rest up. I also need to do the lighthouse. Again, we need to rest up before we can do that. I think I'm actually going to take a trip back to my keep once I talk to her. Let's see. You know, number 3. My boy's dead. That can't be. What happened? Heh. Darren was defending one of the prostitutes, so that's what we're gonna do. Gods, how could this make it any better? I would never have let my boy die for one of those women, and yet... I can only pray the gods will be kinder to him in the next life. Maybe there's hope for one of my children. I suppose it's better to know the truth than to keep wondering. Thank you at least for bringing me answers. Here, take these. I've been saving several keepsakes for Darren one day, but he won't need them now, and I doubt I'll have another child to pass them on to.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna save the game. Poor kid. Shows promise, too. But this is why you don't attack. When you're going to go up against someone who is substantially larger than you do not stab them in the thigh. You stab them in the kidney or somewhere else that's going to result in their more immediate death. Who are you? I don't remember seeing you. Interesting. Gilded Veil seems to be doing better for itself now. So what do I need to do now? I have... Oh, right. So we need to pop over to Brackenbury first. We'll turn this thing in over here. And we have a delivery to make as well.
So you will go to your king and what? Implore him to curb his violent impulses? At the word of a heroic academic? You don't usually grace me with your flattery, priest. What merits this attention? All Rauatai's history is war, same as everyone. If only the world were led by soft-hearted giants who waste their muscles stroking their own quills. Oh, wouldn't that be grand? I'm content to remain a burr in your boots. But here, if you but stand on the docks, you can single-handedly ensure no one ever sails to the Deerwood again.
Okay. I kind of get the insult, but it's kind of a strange one. So the reason that we're here is to talk to one of the people downstairs. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I don't think it was Bella Sage. I think it was someone over here. Nope, not here. Okay, so I guess it must have been Bella Sage. I'm gonna go number 2. From what? I don't know this place.
Greetings.
I'm gonna go 2. Who? I don't have time to barter with adventurers if that's what this is about. Okay, so... I guess we're gonna come over here and talk to... Is it Azo? It would be Azo, wouldn't it?
What is it?
You tried to discredit me, go dig elsewhere. Okay. So, press J. Nons. Let's stick to the upper floors for now. Oh, here's Nons. I'm actually going to talk to him.
How do you do?
There's a large and rather notorious black market for uncatalogued and glyph artifacts. I stay away from it. Okay, so I was just curious about
Gods
that.
keep you.
Elderly woman peruses the shelves with a quickness and energy that belie her age. Afraid I don't practice anymore, child. Too busy with research. Okay. I'm gonna go number 1. That chatty old fishwife's been babbling about me, I see. Never trust your secrets to a man with so much salt in his beard. Anyway, let's see what you got. Mel told you true, I'll buy this. Unfortunately, a broken scepter isn't as valuable as he may have led you to believe. I'm gonna go with number 1. Sharper than a model, I see. The truth is, I could repair the scepter. It's broken, sure enough, but the pieces themselves are in good condition. Making it whole again is a matter of alchemy, expensive alchemy. I've got to soak the broken ends in fiend's blood, compound to reconnect them, never mind the embalming work to restore the enchantments. I could do it to the tune of 800 pounds. That's interesting. So I could repair this scepter for 1800. Okay, let's do it. I expect you'll want to watch and see what your money's put to good use. Better get comfortable then. After what feels like hours, you return to the main hall. She returns to the main hall with you and presents the scepter. Looking at it, you'd never know it had been broken in the first place. This may be the finest work I've ever done, if I may say so, and thank you for giving me the opportunity. Examining a piece like this is a dream come true for someone in my field. Take good care of it. Alright, let's take a look at this. As a rule, a little bit of money is not nearly as important as... so this is increased attack, speed, and fine. Shaft is covered in invocations, and the opal finial is inscribed with runes. So the scepter itself is only worth 1,000 copper. I wonder how you get more enchanting recipes.
Eh?
I guess we'll find out eventually.
Rest.
So let's see. Do we have anything else to do here in Brackenbury? I don't think so. Do we need to talk to Nadine?
Gods keep you.
Let's see, I'm gonna go to Copper Lane. Take a look. So we finished up the catacombs. We have something to do in the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. We have to go to the Goose and Fox. I'm going to do this delivery first. This delivery might result in us getting an additional party member, so that's going to be critically important. Especially since if that girl is in fact a paladin, I might not have to do the resting that I thought I was going to have to do. So Bishop, Gareth... I don't remember who I was delivering this to, so... Man skulks near the bar. He seems like he's trying to blend in with the wood paneling as he watches the other patrons out of the corner of his eye. He gives you a quick nod as you approach. Keep your voice down, will you? The Donals have spies everywhere. You tell Verzano this is the last time I'm buying from him. This is getting too dangerous for me. I'm gonna go with number 3. You have no idea, do you? Let's just say the Dominals have an exclusive rights to trade certain merchandise within the city. Verzano likes to make extra coin from time to time by dealing in the same merchandise, undercutting the competition. So what was in the pouch? Bitter squash seeds. They interrupt pregnancies. Even though they're not exactly legal, many folk nowadays prefer them to the risk of hollowborn or celibacy. I'm not gonna ask if I did something illegal. It seems like I traded in something that is, like, strictly legal, but something that everyone wants, basically. A woman swaggers in, her polished boots thwacking the floor with slow, deliberate steps. A crooked sneer warps her smooth face. Gareth, I'm hurt. You promised to buy only from me. What's a girl to think? Please, my lady, I was just explaining that I don't do business with anyone else. Except this one last time, right? There's always one more deal, until you run out of credit, that is. Just who are you? You don't exactly look like a seed dealer. Just someone making a delivery. Rosano put you up to this, didn't he? That old fool's on a sinking ship, and he's determined to drag anyone who gets close enough down with him. Gareth here knew better, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. In fact, I'll give you a chance to get even with the imbecile who's been playing us both. What do you say to killing Verzano? So why would I want to do that? Why wouldn't you? He's used you to do his dirty work and without telling you anything about what you were carrying or who you were crossing. Of course, I'd also consider it a personal favor, and House Dominal is never stingy with its friends. The loyal ones, anyway. So let's go with number 3. I don't know whether to be relieved or insulted. We're one of the wealthiest merchant families in Defiance Bay. Let's just say, however, that some of our business practices are not officially sanctioned. Let's see. So this is basically a criminal organization dispute. There are 2 criminal organizations here that are both basically, well, they're not both criminal. They're both technically legal corporations that have criminal underbellies. So I'm gonna go with number 5, I think. You better make up your mind quickly, because you're going to pay him his dues one day or what? We're going to pay him his dues one way or another. Just make sure you stay out of our way. So, those people work for the Dominals. I don't really have a strong reason to want to kill himself. I don't know. Treachery is a strong word. Okay? He hired me to deliver a package. It was very clear that it was, you know, under the table. So, obviously, there's risk involved with that kind of a transaction, right? Let's see. So let's talk to Laura. I hear your sister's gone missing. I didn't think anyone would help me. When Cora disappeared, I tried Dunred Row, the Crucible Knights, and even the Dozens here. No one had time to look for a missing girl then. That was 3 weeks ago. If there's anything I can do, I can tell you that will help, just ask. Okay, so tell me about her. She's my youngest sister. Always had a head full of dreams. She was convinced there was something special waiting for her, that she'd be remembered and happy and important. She's got plenty of heart, but not the commitment to match. Still, when she got the theater job, I thought she was about to turn around. Theater is the second person who's involved with the theater. It might even be the woman that the guy ran off with. Okay, so I'm gonna go 2. She'd gotten into this acting troupe called the Revel of Stars. That's it. She was pretty inexperienced. I think that's why she was excited to get a role. I'm afraid I don't know anything else about it. So, she was at our house getting ready for a big performance. That was 3 weeks ago. She was is very sociable. She always enjoyed crowds. I'm afraid I can't narrow it down beyond that. You don't know how much this means to me. Just to know that someone's actually looking for her. Okay,
Yeah.
so we have 2 leads that lead directly to the Revel of Stars. So that's interesting. Thus the final act. Elka. Oh, we didn't talk to Elka. Let's see, who did we talk to? I think we need to go to the dormitory here. But yeah, we're definitely treading dangerous territory here because there's the risk of getting ambushed by one of these criminal organizations and things of that nature. So, thinking that pretty shortly we're going to want to head back to our base and see what we can do. So the Bailey will be finished in 2 hours, which is kind of cool. Pop outside. And we're really able to just go for very long periods of time without resting. We have a lot of athletics on most people, and it's really paying off because... But even Aldrea is actually tired now. That is amazing. So even with her extreme resistance to fatigue, she's still already fatigued because it's just been so long. Major adventure is completed. Aloth returns to the stronghold with money and items. Spoils await. Cool. So, Vexa. Save this.
Hello.
Talk to her. I'm gonna go with number 2. Thank you for letting me know. I'll be sure to tuck that tome away from prying eyes and see that this Nidin never sets foot in here again. In the meantime, here, a token of our appreciation. Oh. Is this what we wanted? To see her barred entirely? It seems a fearsome price to pay. Knowledge is dangled just out of reach, makes it tempting. I misunderstood what I was doing there. I'm gonna reload. Basically, I'm supposed to go get into the Elder Archives somehow and get the book. I forgot that the person who's asking for it is specifically forbidden. The thing is that we don't really give 2 craps about all these stupid religious organizations, and the Animists have demonstrated that they actually do have the ability to do some stuff that might help against Waidwind's Legacy.
How do you do?
So we do not want to cause problems there. Let's see, who is it? Oh, right. So we need to talk to Osric. So we need to go to the Ducal Palace. I'm at the Padron's house.
I'm here. Eh?
Okay, so we're gonna leave. I thought that there was a woman that I was supposed to talk to here, but I'm probably wrong. I was probably thinking of the other place. So we're going to go to deal with turning in this other quest. We're gonna talk to this guy over here. Faintly good reputation with Defiance Bay. House Dominal we now know is the sort of rogues guild. I think that I'm going to want to find more information before I approach this theater troupe. So we're going to talk to the last person here before we do this. Oh, I didn't turn on the AC. No wonder it's so, like, hot in here. Whew. Not turning on the air conditioning or the fan or anything in Singapore is a rather warm way to live your life. So let's talk to Wen in here. I think he's the guy I'm looking for. Never mind. This guy over here is the guy I need. Is this the armor you wanted? Osric weighs Rosamund in disbelief. He looks at you, then back at the breastplate. He reaches for it, as if expecting it to disappear before you can touch it. You were right about the affidavit. Unfortunately, Penhelm forced me into a fight. Shaman edited like that, but he's a lying weasel who started this. You did all I asked, and you are owed much. Stop by Stonald's shop on the other side of the hall. She sells some of the best gear in the city, and I'll see that she opens her inventory to you. Here you go, number one. It's nothing really, just a keepsake. It commemorates the Order of Magran, highest order of valor, awarded to the dead, never the living. Us Deerwoodens, real Deerwoodens. We don't have nobility or birthrights unless you're some copper fucker from Adir. All we got's the honor we bring to our family name. The Order of Magran is, well, they don't give it out too much. Not often you see a member of the dozen whose revolutionary ties are as good as he says they are. So this is something to live up to.
Yeah.
Cool. So that quest is completed. We now need about 1,000 experience to level up. We gained 2 copper, we gained reputation with the dozens and with Defiance Bay. So we're faintly good with these guys, we're faintly good with the dozens as well. Now my goal is to sort of get in good with all of these groups, but the eventual goal is to either eliminate or take over each of these organizations. So she's going to need to basically, because these organizations are at, right now, they're hopelessly corrupt and useless to her. Now, if she can basically take them over and sort of get them to be working for her instead of doing the stupid crap that they're doing now, then it'll be worth keeping the organizations intact. Otherwise, she's going to be intending to just dismantle each of these organizations in turn. And we'll see whether we get a chance to do that, because all of these organizations are sort of corrupt and not evil is a strong word, but they are not being used to good effect, at the very least. So we're going to look for... Oh, right. There's this guy. We need to talk to him. We just completed his quest.
Welcome.
Did you do it? Did you get the medallion from... Yeah. Yes, I did. Crispin's eyes are as wide and round as the artifact in his hands. You've given my people a gift we couldn't possibly repay. I'll do the best I can, though. This is everything I have. Take it, please. I'm going to go with number 2. Reason being, a well-supplied ally is more useful than having some money. That's why we did this in the first place. is to prevent, what's the word? Is not to prevent, is to gain access to a potentially useful and powerful ally. So we want this clan to be as strong as possible when he rebuilds it. So, Shattering Spear will sing of your kindness for generations to come. If you ever find yourself in Erglanfath, please honor us with your visit. Farewell. So, we gained some experience, and I gained, let's see, Twin Elm's reputation. Benevolent 3. Interesting. So our most
Eh?
important reputation right now is Benevolent, which is a good reputation to have. You want people to think of you as benevolent. Whether you're actually being benevolent or not, you want them to think that you are benevolent. And Aldrea isn't non-benevolent. I mean, she wants the best for everyone, but she wants the best for everyone under her. She definitely wants to be in charge. So, there is that. So anyway, not too bad. Getting more benevolent reputation. People are already talking to me and saying that, you know, they heard that I'm nice, which is certainly good. I'm kind of curious whether that reputation thing, whether it even matters what the less than the highest one is, or if it's just the top one that matters. So we got Merwith here. She's not someone that I need to talk to right now, I don't think. A couple nobles. And I don't see the person I'm looking for, so we're just gonna leave and explore the rest of the area. I really wish that I knew whether this recovery penalty influenced attack speed. There's a pretty high chance that it does. Can I grab this? Yes, I can. Admus Weirch. More Admus Weirch. Bailey construction complete. Excellent. So we've constructed the Bailey. That gives us a little bit of extra prestige. And from here, we can start working on more defensive stuff. So, training grounds first. Why are they currently unpaid? I don't understand this. I don't understand how I'm supposed to pay them. Okay, I'm just gonna dismiss these people because I don't understand how I'm supposed to pay them. I can't. Talking to them doesn't do anything. Oh, is this Sorel? She's here. Oh my god, she's here now. She's moved. You should have seen the looks on those nobles' faces when I moved in. I love it.
Good day, stranger.
Stormwind woman is dressed with perfumed like a member of the nobility, but her sun-reddened skin and sweat-stained outfit suggest that she's been here for quite some time. Afraid I don't have time just now. Go number one. That little Orlan finally got serious about this case, eh? Gun number one. What, is that little whelp too good for a case like this? You know what? This is not the response that Aldrea would give. They needed to add more than one response, which is, I don't know, I don't care. He told me to look into it, and I'm looking into it because he told me to look into it. Like, this is defending him and I don't know anything about it. I don't know him from Adam. So I would prefer that I had other options, so I'm going to go with number 1, but I would prefer to have better options. At least he sent somebody then. Anyway, I'll tell you whatever I can. What do you need to know? So, tell me about it. Sully was a pretty young lad, not the brightest of the bunch, but always pleasant company. Somebody know him. We met up from time to time over the past few months. It was a fling, really. It wasn't going to last. He was a little fool, but a sweet little fool. So what was he doing? Worst blazing rendition of the general speech from the Widow of the Wood that I've ever heard. I love that fellow, but he was a tragic failure, yet somehow he managed to get into an acting troupe. A week ago, he came to my house for a bit of fun. Afterwards, we fell asleep, and when I woke up, he was gone. No note, nothing. Interesting. He'd started hanging out with a bunch of actors. Seemed alright except for the woman. The woman with the long, willowy legs and slender arms. Always came around wearing those low-cut dresses and impossible shoes. And what was her name? I don't know, I never cared to learn it. I didn't realize it might be important. It is definitely important. Think of any more, you know where I'll be. So we know where he is, to be sure. Now the question is whether we want to investigate this theater immediately, or whether we want to get some rest. And part of that will determine by... We have 11 minutes left. Since we have 11 minutes left, I am going to investigate the theater first. I'm hoping that I don't end up having to fight a huge swarm of enemies, because if I do have to fight a huge swarm of enemies, I'm going to be in trouble.
I think it may be time to strike up camp.
Yeah, I actually don't disagree with you, sir. But we need to do as much as we can before we sleep. So what was I building? Building a training ground. Okay. So I'm going to assume that it's this girl because she seems like the person I'm looking
Hail
for.
and well met.
You should really spend this time getting into character. Number two. I'm not sure who this Kendall is or why you would malign our talents, but rest assured that we have the process for evoking a satisfying performance even from the most inexperienced players. Suppose I can spare a moment for... Okay, I'm gonna go with number 1. Can't say I recognize the name. Gonna go with number 1. Maybe, but what should I know about it? My work requires great focus and attention. I don't have time to coach every young amateur who joins our troupe for a week. I'm gonna go with number 1. That drunken Andra's gift? Men flatter themselves when it comes to the attentions of a beautiful woman. The pallid knight herself could waltz into that bar and he'd believe she was there to sit on his lap and listen to Baldy's stories. That reminds me, have you heard the one about the fisherwoman and the long-finned ice sucker? Perhaps I should tell it another time. Long-finned ice sucker. I'm gonna go with number 3. And the facts are that one of us stinks of cheap ale and desperation while the other has a long and illustrious career. Consider well which is a more credible source. Surely there's someone else you can talk to about all this. I'm but a humble actor. I'm gonna go with number 1. Then what else do you expect me to say on the subject? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a performance to attend to. The young man steps up next to you, his gaze fixed on the other actress, his voice low. Meet me in Limdala's house. I know what's going on. Well done indeed.
Yeah.
So, that guy is probably going to be trying to ambush us here. I'm almost positive that that guy is going to be, like, he's trying to trick us into thinking that he's on our side, but there's no reason why he would want us to meet here when we could meet in a more neutral location. Her own house is probably not the best place to not be overheard by her. Just a thought. So we're gonna stealth up. We're gonna take a look around. You! I saw you with Lumdala by the amphitheater. Look, I don't know what your business with her is, but I want out of this mess. I just came by to grab my things. Just let me leave, alright? Gonna go number 2. Thank you, but there's not much time. Lundal is out to get me, and I need to get out of here. Maybe out of the city. This opens the door behind you. There's a passage in there leading down to a theater. It's easier if you see it for yourself. Since I've helped you, I want your promise that you'll leave my name out of this. Follow vultures, and you're sure to find carrion. What part did he play in this? I'm gonna go with number 5. Then I can't let you leave. The young man reaches down from a shaking hand for a dagger on his belt. Really, dude?
Hmm? Right. Ah, got him.
I don't know why he would think that it's a good idea to go try and solo me. Sorted plays from all over the world fill the shelves.
This won't stop me for long.
Okay, so there's a gold pile. Except it's not actually a gold pile because those were coppers. Let's save the game. And we are probably going to be getting ourselves into a fight with absolutely no resources at our disposal. Because of course we are, that's just how we roll. Oh, that's interesting, we're coming down here. Interesting. So we discovered something here. And interesting. It leads to to the section of the catacombs that we've already cleared out. I'm not going to go toward this soul yet because the soul is something that's going to disorient me for a period of time, and making sure that there's nobody around first is critically important. So, simple silken scarf is crumpled in the filthy flagstones. Essence radiates from it like heat. The closer you get to it, the more you feel a confusing mixture of joy, surprise, and pain. Okay? You hold the scarf and focus on it, and the world around you shifts. Something about you shifts too. The smooth fabric is still in your hands, but you're in a small yet cozy house. And Laura is looking from the scarf back to you, asking if you like it. She's smiling because the answer is written on your face. That was 4 years ago, but you still wear the scarf on days like today. After all, you wore it the first day you met the actress with silvered eyes, so who's to say it won't bring you luck again tonight? It's nestled around your throat, soft, warm, and comforting. You're halfway through the third act, and you can feel the audience's eyes on you, hungry and attentive. You were nervous at first when the woman brought you down here. You wondered what kind of show you'd signed up for, but this has gone better than you could have hoped. You reach the end of your monologue, the scarf tightens around your neck. It chokes the final line from your throat, which is embarrassing because your debut was going so well. But when you try to pull the scarf away, it only tightens further. You're confused and you look at the audience, expecting someone to rush to your rescue. Then you see their eyes, and that hungry, attentive look, and you understand. The stage fades to black. The scarf falls from your hand and flutters to the ground, but Cora's soul lingers. Stuck between a familiar token and a question. It wants to know, but it wants to retreat. Gonna go with number 4. It seems like, I mean, this woman seems like she was trying to do her best, and she was killed. So this was some sort of snuff play. The soul glows with warmth before fading back into the fabric of the scarf. Undala emerges from the shadows, her silvered eyes glowing in the darkness. Well, well, if it isn't our friend from Dunwood Row. Gonna go with number 1. I have a proposition. Okay, I'm listening. I stage my performances for certain wealthy patrons. One in particular would make a valuable catch. You agree to a truce and I'll give you his name. Gonna go with number 2. Think of it this way. I only feed a demand. I'm offering you the man whose money and connections made my performances possible in the first place. I don't trust her. I'm not letting her leave here just with a name. That's not acceptable. Because we need to have hard evidence that this guy is actually the one behind it. But I'm not. We'll see. We'll see if number 1 leads me to the direction that I want to go in. Because this is something that I am interested in, because we don't want to just kill her, we want to kill the person who is fundamentally responsible. So I'm going to go with number 1. Excellent. The man you're looking for is Lord Gatorman. Find him in Brackenbury yourself, or report him to the authorities. It makes no difference to me. Now it's time we made our exit. Yeah. One of the things about Aldrea, honesty is optional. We're going with number 2. Whoa, hello. Okay, so for some reason all my party is over here. I thought this... So Itumak is over here, my party's teleported over here, and there's a bunch of actors over here. So, that's interesting and unexpected, because I thought that this was my party surrounding her. Instead, I've got this swarm of enemies here that I didn't know about. Oops. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are in fact going to just leave and come back later, because I'm just too exhausted. I'm too exhausted to fight anyone, and we're just gonna have to deal with our exhaustion before we deal with anything else. So, the alarm did just go off, which is the herald of the end of the stream, but I'm going to first pop over to my, whatchamacallit, my base, and get some rest. We have other stuff to deal with in the city, but we also have things that we need to deal with at Caed Nua itself. Give me 1 second to make sure that we don't have something really short duration being done right now. This will be 1 day, so 2 days for the training grounds. We're going to pop over to Caed Nua again. And then we're going to take a nap. And once we've taken a nap, we will end there. I think that it's best to end once we've taken the nap as opposed to when I'm planning to take a nap. Seems more fitting for me. So we've got the craft hall here. And I think next time we might even, before we go back to that other place and deal with all those quests that we have outstanding, we might go downstairs and try and do some more dungeon crawling. Probably not, though. Hey, I can talk to Aloth. What's up, dude?
Listen, there's something I should probably tell you.
Okay. I meant no harm. I thought I could keep it to myself. That when we resolve the matter of your soul, we would also address my problem.
I also have an awakened soul. But unlike yours, mine is a presence that shares my senses and my skin, making herself manifest at the most unwelcome times.
Interesting. I was wondering about this. We haven't seen any evidence that people could have different genders throughout their lifetimes. It's interesting to know that that is in fact possible. He closes his eyes and grits his teeth. His lips quiver and twitch with the vestiges of some internal debate. Several seconds later, he opens his eyes again. They're watery and bloodshot.
I'm sorry. I've tried to learn to control Isilmir. I've gotten stronger, but so has she.
There you go, number 2.
Artless, uncouth, a creature of rash impulses and feeble faculties. She wags her impertinent tongue when she should listen. Aye, this one's fit to boil. Hard to get this gaff over anything tisn't to do with books and spell speak.
I have none of her memories. Barath spared me that much, but her coarse manners and intolerable hill speak suggest a provincial from a very, very long time ago. She tends to surface a hair's breadth from conflict when the fuse is burned down and teeth are on edge, and when she shows up, she doesn't stop to gauge the situation, she just acts. I'm gonna go. She does seem reckless. I mean, like, she does tend to get him into trouble. Like, he told someone to screw his sister or something. That's it exactly. You recall the way she goaded those villagers in Gilded Vale. She doesn't think and she doesn't back down, and trying to suppress that has been a problem for years.
I learned to keep her a secret a very long time ago. Those with awakened souls are shunned, mistrusted. And after your experience with Meowald, I'm certain you can see why. You need to be careful. Merely an annoyance. Although, Defiance Bay is said to have an entire institution dedicated to the study and cure of soul-related ailments. Since our journeys have already brought us to the city, perhaps we could speak with someone there.
Gonna go there, one.
Thank you. This has been a great burden.
Okay, let's get moving.
Eh?
Okay, so we talked to him. We got that quest done. Let's pop open my stronghold thing. Take a look here. And we are going to bring him into my party now. I'm gonna do that. There we go. So he's level 5.
Yeah.
Well, we're level 6.
Nice.
He can level up, and I'll do that to... Not, you know what, I'll do it right now. Just so that we can get it over with. So he can increase his lore or his athletics. Increase his lore. Oh, and he gets another 3rd level spell. Let's go with... What does this do? The dispel. This is slow. Crackling Bolt is really dangerous. Bounding Missiles, Noxious Burst. You know what, I'll just get this. It doesn't really matter that much because we'll be able to do some other stuff, but Grimoire Slam and Arcane Veil, plus 25 deflection. Interesting. 3 raw damage to self when attacking with implements. I don't think we want to do that. Gonna get Scion on Flame. This gives 20% extra burn damage, and he uses Fireball frequently. And there we go. Gonna take the snap. We will get 1 Athletics and 1 Constitution, or I think 1 Athletics and 1 Constitution is a better bargain than 1 Dexterity. 1 Athletics will make these people slightly more durable.
Yeah.
And that'll be good. So we're going to save this, and that's it for today. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you again next time.